have to engage in a process that's collaborative, engaging, and welcoming to anyone that wants to participate, but also to recognize that our story is one that needs to be told. And if you're going to come work with us, please understand that we're about telling the stories that need to be told. Debbie Quiñones. I am the Renaissance woman of El Barrio that does everything. Where are we? So we're here in El Barrio and we're actually in Harlem Art Park. I'm a lifelong resident of East Harlem where I've engaged in a number of activities to support the arts, health, community, and young people. Here at Harlem Art Park, I'm the founder of the Friends of Art Park Alliance. It's located on 120th Street between Lexington and 3rd. This is a hidden gem in East Harlem that serves as a crossroad between East Harlem and Central Harlem, East and West. And what we try to do is engage in cultural practices, the celebration of community and diversity, and just art and a green space. It's more of a passive park, and it also creates an opportunity for gathering as well as exchange of stories and experiences, because behind the park is a senior citizen center. Across the street is a church, across the street is a school. So I think it serves as a space that can be a hub for communication on a number of different issues that impact the community. So this sculpture is the first Percent for the Arts project in New York City in 1985 that was led by Mayor Koch, that commissioned Jorge Luis Rodriguez to do this piece, and it's called Growth. And it represents the interconnectedness with nature, man, animal, flowers. I mean, because if you look at it different ways, it almost looks like a sprout. It looks like a bird. So it's really a wonderful, wonderful piece that's been here for 38 years.
Debbie really is almost like a champion for the park, and you know, has told us about the history and you know the sort of legacy that this park holds. My name is Kevin Quiles Bonilla. I'm a visual artist and I'm at Harlem Art Park where we have one of a recent installation that I made in collaboration with artist Zach Landsberg, titled For Centuries and Still, parentheses, anticipated completion. Zach and I wanted to make a replica of Agarita from the fortresses of Old San Juan, but also obviously referencing, you know, the guard towers that are all over the Caribbean and even parts of South America. So it wasn't just an iconography from Puerto Rico, but an iconography that's very collective in terms of the Caribbean. We were very interested in sort of like the national sort of idea around the guard tower. And we wanted to see what it would mean to bring it to New York City and sort of make a connection and bridging a connection between both of these spaces that share such a long history of community and of migration.
You know, one of the things that I'm grateful for is Connie Lee. She has been very supportive, where she has raised funds for the art installations here in Harlem Art Park. And once again, she has identified a wonderful project with Kevin Quiles Bonilla and Zach Landsberg, which is this piece that's here now. And it's just a wonderful dialogue between these two art pieces, and I'm just so grateful. One of the things that we think about is maybe how do we transform this space into a sculpture park? How do we transform this space into a Latinx artist space? Just so much that you can do. I just think that we have to come together and decide that this is a space that we want to claim.
It was really interesting. Like, you know, it was definitely a park that I didn't know a lot about. It's kind of almost like a hidden gem within like El Barrio. So it's really interesting to know the history. We feel that it's one of the sort of few neighborhoods left in New York City that still haven't been touched. I mean, obviously there's still signalings of like gentrification, the sense of sort of community and gathering for like public programming. It's still really strong in this neighborhood. And so we wanted to sort of honor that and also activate the park and sort of turn it into a space for gathering.
I'm grateful to have partners that see that vision, that have supported the installation of art here, the promotion of programs with support from folks in the community with that lens of preservation. So we have drumming circles and we have comedy shows and Latin jazz concert series. The community deserves every asset that downtown does. So why not have this space? But what we need to do is to activate the space in a way that tells our story. Because under the umbrella of gentrification, we know that things change and we have an obligation to maintain our identity within that process.